it to you, Mr. Zyder, because it's not one of a kind.
I told you I'm not interested in replicas, however cleverly they're done.
Good Lord. It's not a replica, Mr. Zyder. What I meant was that there's a companion piece to this one, which is owned by the royal family.
Of what country?
Why, of England, of course.
Of course. Willie! Maureen? What else have you to show me today, Mrs. Brent?
This one was rather special. There's only one of these in the entire world, Mr. Zyder. Interestingly enough, it was commissioned by the Empress Dowager in 1864 and then later presented to the King of Portugal in 1866.
Mr. Zyder, would you excuse me?
Minlo Chan has just left for New York.
New York? Are you positive?
I'm positive. My man just saw him get on the plane.
How could they let him leave the mainland with those charges against him?
Supposedly, there's a witness in New York that can prove that Min is innocent.
If he's found innocent by that People's Court, then he'll award the contract for the construction of the steel mill in Shantung to the Canadians. However, if he's found guilty, or if he never leaves New York, then his assistant will take over, and my company is certain to get that contract. It's a $1 billion contract, Mr. Evans. As much as I'm opposed to violence, Minlo Chan must die in New York.
I just can't get over it.
What is that, Jonah?
Well, we're the same age, but who would ever guess that? Nobody, that's who.
You look very distinguished, my friend.
Oh, distinguished, yes. But I can't get over how much younger you look. We went to college together. Did he ever tell you that?
Yes?
I got better grades than he did. Dated prettier girls than he did.
That's not quite true.
For some of the time. I was even voted by my clubs the man most likely to succeed.
And you have, impressively.
Oh, well, I've got a few newspapers and such. But you're not only younger looking than I am, but you're the Minister of Industrial Development for China. And I'm still just a newspaper man.
You are too modest, Jonah.
Well, how was lunch? Very nice.
Is the afternoon paper out yet?
It's on your desk.
Good. Would you mind showing Emily around the plant while Min and I have a little chat?
Oh, I'd be glad to. I'll just get someone to cover the phones, and then I will give you the VIP tour.
You're very kind.
Your article is most flattering.
It's my pleasure. Sit down, sit down. Well, there are a million things that I'd like to ask you about China. But, I hardly know where to begin.
I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, may I impose on our friendship?
Anything you want, just ask for it.
It's a large favor, and it's for me personally.
Min, as I've gotten older, I've gotten to be quite a grump. And if there's anything I lose patience with, it's beating around the bush.
Back in 1946, before I came to this country, I was an agent for the Chinese army.
You were a spy?
One day, when we were in the region north of Peking, this man came to me with the news that the U.S. Marine station in Qingdao would like to meet with me. He was a school teacher with a good reputation. So I met with the Marines, 3 of them. They wanted to know the size of the army that was marching on Peking, the number of tanks and armored vehicles, for which they would pay me $10,000.
An offer that I presume you refused.
Of course I refused, and that was the end of it, until a few months ago. Jonah, can you help me find those 3 Marines?
Well, 1946, that was a long time ago, but, I guess if I contact some of my friends at the State Department...
No, your government must not know about this.
But, Min, if I check the
I can't take the risk, Jonah. There are people in your government who would like to see me convicted of the charges that will be brought against me.
Charges?
I will be charged with having sold secret information of the Chinese army to the U.S. Marines. And I will also be charged with having robbed and killed the Chinese school teacher that brought us together. If you are thinking that you don't want to be involved, I understand.
Min, you were always very good at calculus in college, and chemistry and physics. But as I recall, you were never very good at reading minds. I know you. I know you're not a thief. I know you're not a murderer. Of course, I'll help you if I can.
Thank you, Joe.
Now, how will finding these 3 ex-Marines help you?
They know that I'm innocent. They're the only ones who could give testimony to the Board of Inquiry in China.
I see. So all I've got to do is to locate 3 ex-Marines without involving the State Department. And I think I've got it. Peter Parker did a feature story about a Marine officer a few weeks ago. Maybe he's got it in. Give me Peter Parker.
Major Collins? Peter, how are you? Just great. Listen, I need your help, unofficially. Okay. Now, this could save a man's career, maybe even his life. I need to know the names and whereabouts of those 3 Marines.
That's the only clue in this picture?
No, I know that they were all in North China together. They were in Tsingtao, China, in September of 1946. Their mission was to buy secret military information about Mao's army.
Well, that's better. How soon you need it?
Yesterday.
How about tomorrow?
That would be beautiful. Oh, it's also very important that this inquiry not be traced back to my newspaper or anyone on it.
Peter.
Major, please, trust me.
Okay. You were straight when you wrote that article about me.
So you'll call me tomorrow with their names and last known whereabouts?
Right. Tsingtao, China, September 1946.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Who else is in the house with them?
Housekeeper and a cook.
Oh, I'm still suffering from jet lag.
What you need is a steam bath. Dry steam. Works for me every time.
What I need is some sleep. You guys figure out some genius plan to knock off the old guy, will you? I'm gonna take a nap.